You're listening to 91.7 FM, WSUW, in Whitewater, Wisconsin. You're listening to WSUW 91.7 FM, The Edge in Whitewater, Wisconsin. This is Rashkin Report, and I'm your host, Yuri Rashkin. I'm excited to welcome to the program today Editor-in-Chief of Caucasian Knot, a publication dedicated to covering Chechnya, which is actually based in Moscow, Russia, Grigory Shvedov. Grigory is currently in London, and he is filing complaints because in Instagram he was threatened by the second-in-command of Chechnya's leader, Ramzan Kadyrov. His second-in-command is Magomed Daudov. And Mr. Daudov published threats directed specifically at Mr. Shvedov and at his publication Caucasian Knot. And Mr. Shvedov decided to take action about this and filed complaints. Mr. Shvedov, do you feel threatened?
Yes, I think we in Caucasian Knot or Kavkazский Uzel are being threatened, but not only by this publication, but also by the decision of a Chechen Supreme Court, which supported the local court decision which put our journalist Lavdi Giriyev to prison on fabricated case on drugs. The young man is supposed to be in prison for 3 years now. And the publication on Instagram is just a small echo of that unjust decision which was made by the court, because the decision of a court was just follow up on kidnapping and tortures our local journalist was experiencing.
Why did you choose to go through the court in a country where it would be widely acknowledged that your chances of success are slim to none to -100?
I think it is really important today in Putin's Russia, or in a Russia which is experiencing Putin, to do what we should do, to go and vote in elections, although I know many people don't think it's proper way, to come and support protesters in the meetings and pickets which are not crowded and where just a small number of people appear. We can do much more than we're doing today. And filing the complaints to the officials, that's one of the things a lot of Russians can do on a variety of reasons. And when someone is violating the law, doesn't matter what kind of law it is, I think it is really important to support this approach. Then we are complaining officially, not responding in dirty words in Instagram or through other means, but acting as a European or modern progressive people acts in that situation.
Then how do you feel it is possible to pressure Chechens? If the courts are not the way to do it, then how can they be pressured?
I think it was not enough attention to the pressure to the threats which was provided to Anna Politkovskaya, Natalia Estemirova, Boris Nemtsov. When it is a lot of attention to such threats, then it is more complicated to those who plan a crime to kill journalists and activists. So a lot of attention, a lot of discussion still matters, even in such a country like Russia is now.
Now, are you based in Chechnya? Do you have journalists?
No, our media is a virtual newsroom, and even though I'm from Moscow and I'm a Muscovite, I have no links to the Caucasus. Majority of our team are placed in the different parts of Russia and not only Russia. We definitely have journalists who are reporting from the regions of the Caucasus. That's the base of our work, that we have local journalists and not Muscovites who report. They are on danger. They are really brave people, and sometimes they pay their lives because two of the journalists died and one was killed just because of the editorial tasks.
And one of your journalists was just beaten up yesterday.
Yes, in Rostov-on-Don.
It is really remarkable then that you are being targeted as the face of the publication, even though you are the person that is compiling the information together. You're not the one necessarily getting it. How does that feel, being targeted as a face of a publication?
Exactly, it is. It is interesting, but it is reasonable. A lot of people think that if authoritarianism is a modern way to rule some business or some region, it is applied method for any other structures. So a lot of people would think that Caucasian Knot is only operating because of chief editor, but it is really not true, and it is really a different system than just a vertical which is led by one person. So I really think Caucasian Knot, and I really think and hope that Caucasian Knot would work. It doesn't matter who would be an editor of it.
How can people follow you if they want to follow Caucasian Knot? How do they do that?
We have a social networks both in English and Russian. So all of this Twitter and Facebook. Yeah, Caucasian Knot has all of that, and there is a special form to contact us on a page of Caucasian Knot as well in English and Russian.
I think I'm once again not saying anything surprising when I say that Caucasian Knot in English has a very different connotation than it does in Russian, and therefore I'd like to ask you, Grigory, to please explain the meaning of the term.
Yes, it's true that both Caucasian and Knot is not such a good translation, maybe. But Knot in Russian has a lot of meanings. It's a crossroad, it's a domain name. It has a lot of different meanings. It has some religious connotations. That's when you are coming to the place like a hub or like a crossroads, and you need to make your own decision: left, right, direct. Where would you like to go? We are not giving any directions. We are just saying what's where around, and we expect that our readers would make their own decisions. Where do we need to go? But our role is to tell what's on the left, what's on the right, and it is up to our readers to think and decide where do we need to go.
You're listening to 91.7 FM, WSUW, in Whitewater, Wisconsin. You're listening to Rashkin Report.